Hey guys, it's Miss Smith. I hope that you are ready for Red Ribbon Week because we're gearing up for Red Ribbon Week where we're talking about being kind to our mind and how we can live safe, healthy, drug free lives by loving ourselves and doing what we need to do to keep ourselves healthy and safe. That's what Red Ribbon Week is all about. But if you've been at Hill City before, you know that we start to gear up to Red Ribbon Week with some contests that I call pre-Red Ribbon Week contests. These are the contests that happen the week before Red Ribbon Week. So if you are someone who likes to participate in contests where you get to use your creative imaginations and your hands and maybe some art tools or some writing tools or some other crafty kind of stuff, then hang with me because this is the week that you can start preparing your entries to our contest. So are you ready to get started? Here we go. Remember, Red Ribbon Week is all about you making safe, smart choices. And as we've said before, you are in control of you. You are not a robot, right? You are in control of you. And so I hope that as you learn more about your brain and how to keep your brain on green and about all the strategies that you and I need to use every day to keep our brains calm and our bodies healthy and our brains able to learn all the things that we have to learn at school and even how to be a good friend and just a good human. Well, loving yourself is super important because if you love yourself, then you're going to turn your stubborn button off and you're going to make the effort to do whatever it is you need to do to keep your brain on green and to learn and to be a good friend, right? So, loving yourself and who you were created to be is super important. So, speaking of loving yourself, let's talk about a few things that you're going to hear us discuss as we talk about Red Ribbon Week and how you can make good, safe, smart choices this year and be your best. Number one, you've heard us talk about it a lot already. Take care of your brain and your body by getting plenty of sleep, drinking water, eating healthy food, pausing, breathing, and using your strategies. And look at number two, listen to your body sensations. We've been talking about the sensations are those hints that your brain and body give you when your brain is not quite on green, but things are changing inside of your brain. And so your brain and your body give you those hints, those that heart starts beating fast, you start to breathe harder, you start to feel a lot of energy in parts of your body, your brain is speeding up and your body is heating up. And if you want to get your brain back to green so that you can make those safe, calm choices and not, boom, flip your lid and let that amygdala take over, and remember the amygdala can't make safe, smart choices, then you know my song. Pause, breathe, and use your strategies to get your brain back to green. Number three, speaking of strategies, well, no matter if you're getting your brain back to green or you're using those strategies in math or reading or just when something is tough, use your strategies, breathe, and then if something is really, really tough in math or science or social studies or reading or writing, well, raise your hand, ask for help. That's why teachers are here at school to help you. It's okay. Use your words. Nobody expects you to be perfect. But number 4, don't compare yourself to others. You are unique. You may look around you and say, but everybody else is good at this and I'm not. Okay, but nobody is you. You are the only you. And just because you struggle with something, don't think that everybody else is perfect, my friend, because nobody is perfect. Everybody has some kind of struggle. And when struggles happen, instead of comparing ourselves and putting ourselves down, we need to pause and breathe, use some strategies, and even use some good self talk. Look at number 5. We all need to have anti drugs that we can do instead of drugs. Now, if you don't know what a drug is, watch my video about the difference between medications and bad drugs. That'll help you out. But an anti drug is anything that you can do that helps you feel good. It makes your heart happy. It helps keep your brain on green. It's something that you just enjoy doing. Some people call it a hobby. Some people call it their favorite sport or their favorite activity. During Red Ribbon Week, we will call it an anti drug because anti is a word that means the opposite. So if you're doing something that's the opposite of something unhealthy, like a drug, then it's something healthy and good. Now, I love music. I love to sing. I love to dance. I love to be artsy and create things. I love to take recycled materials and turn them into something new. I love to play with my dogs. I love to walk outside in nature. I know what my anti-drugs are. And you might say, well, those are some of your strategies too, Miss Smith. Yeah, they are. Because anti-drugs can be our strategies that we use to keep calm. Because remember, a happy heart equals a green brain. And if your anti-drugs are things that keep your heart happy and your brain on green, then that's great. That's an awesome strategy. Look at number 6. Speak life to yourself and be kind to others. Now, maybe you've never heard me talk about what it means to speak life, but think about that. Life means that you're alive and that you're feeling good. When we speak life to other people, it means we are speaking words of kindness that make them feel happy and loved. But the opposite of that would be speaking, death. Guys, you and I have a choice. We have a choice in how we speak to others, but we also need to speak good things to ourselves. I hope you speak life and kindness to others, but I definitely hope you speak life and kindness right up here in your brain. The way you speak to yourself is called your self-talk. Your self-talk. The way you talk to others, this is how you talk to yourself, and nobody else can hear the words. Nobody else. It's right up here. It's in your head. But the way you talk to yourself is super important, especially when life gets tough. If life gets tough and your self-talk gets really negative, are you going to be able to deal with that challenge in a really positive, healthy way? No, you won't, because you're talking trash to yourself. You're not speaking life. You're speaking death to yourself. If you say things to yourself like, I can't do it. I'm not smart enough. Nobody likes me. Nobody cares. No, that's not true. Speak life to yourself. If you speak life to yourself, I guarantee you're going to feel better, but you're also going to speak life to other people as well. Now, let's get into this pre Red Ribbon Week contest stuff. Now, those of you who have been at Hill City before, you kind of understand what this is going to look like. But in case you are new to Hill City, I hope your listening ears and thinking brain are on, because we're about to get into the 5 pre-Red Ribbon Week contest. So here we go. Your teachers are getting a list that looks just like this, and it kind of gives them the information and the down low about what all of these contests are like. But I want to explain them all to you so that you can pick and choose and decide which contest you want to participate in. The first one is a contest for everybody, for your entire classroom to work together as a class and cooperate. It is called the banner or door decoration contest. So you can choose to make a banner that you hang outside of your classroom in the hallway, or you can choose as a classroom to decorate the door of your classroom. Now, this is a creative opportunity for everybody in your classroom to work together with your teacher. This is not just something that your teacher does by herself or himself, okay? This means that you guys, as a classroom, are cooperating and working together as a team to put your brains together, and you are thinking of a theme, a creative saying, or some kind of artwork that's going to grab people's attention. Look at what my description on the screen says. It says, catchy sayings may be used to grab people's attention, and a theme can be used. And I've got on the screen some fun drug-free themes that also kind of go with Halloween. You know, drug busters. We ain't afraid to say no. Some of you who know Ghostbusters kind of get that. Or then there's the Minion theme. Now, guys, there are tons of different themes. You can even think of words that rhyme. But in this contest, everybody in your classroom works together. Not just one or two people, not just your teacher. Everybody is working together. And the winning classrooms in our school will receive a popsicle party for their efforts. But I like to be sure that I reward every class that participates. So every class that participates will get some kind of participation thank you gift. Now let's talk about the individual contest. These are the contests for any student, pre-K all the way through 4th grade. If you want to participate in these contests, then all of the supplies that you need for these contests are located in the lobby. That main part right in front of the media center, you are going to see boxes that are the turn-in boxes, and you're also going to see the supplies that you need. This first contest is called Trash Drugs Bag Decorating Contest. This is a simple contest where I give you in the hallway just a brown paper bag. Just a brown paper bag. And your job in this contest is to be creative and to turn this bag into something that has a drug-free message. Now, you can color on this bag. You can create something and then glue it onto the bag. You can add bling bling to it. You can do whatever you want to, but remember, this is a contest. And so when you decorate this bag, be sure that on the back of the bag, you put your first and last name, and your homeroom. And make sure that whatever you draw, and if you choose to write words, that you're doing it big and clearly. because you want people to be able to read what you write if you write words, and you want your artwork to be bright and bold and neat. No scribble scrabble. Make sure you are using your neatest coloring. Okay, here are some examples of some winners from the past who have been really, really creative. Now you'll see the pizza. This person just took a bag, drew a slice of pizza, and said, "Say no to drugs and yes to pizza." Okay, I can agree with that. Maybe pizza is an anti-drug for this person. They would rather eat yummy pizza than take something dangerous, like dangerous drugs. You also see that one person took a bag and made it into a puppet. So you take the bag upside down and you turn it into a puppet. This person added some cotton and made a little lamb, and then the lamb is giving some little drug-free message in that little speech bubble. And then you see that somebody else drew and wrote a message on another piece of paper and then glued that onto their bag. Knock drugs out of the ballpark. I love it. I love it. There's all kinds of things that you can do creatively with this bag. Now let's talk about the You Only Live Once poster decorating contest. You only live once. Some people say YOLO. You only have one life. And so we need to make sure that we're living our best life, our safest, most healthy life. And so in this contest, you are again thinking about your anti drugs, your healthy hobbies and activities, the things that you can do with your life and with your time instead of doing unsafe things. Now, in this contest, you're going to get creative. You're going to use your creative ideas and some art supplies, and you're going to do neat work, but you will find a form that you can do all this on. And again, these forms are going to be available near the media center. You see the title at the top. You only live once. Hill City Hawks enjoy healthy anti-drugs. So there's your title right there. And then your artwork is going to be thinking about your anti-drugs, your healthy hobbies, and don't forget to put your name in your homeroom down at the bottom, first and last name, not just first name, first and last name. And here are some examples of winners from the past. So you see that up at the top corner, there's a fellow Wizard of Oz fan who made a little rhyme. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my, drinking and smoking and drugs, goodbye. Wow, like Dr. Seuss. Rhyming, rhyming, rhyming. Then you'll see that someone else is obviously a runner, and they drew this whole running scene, and it says, "Running from drugs is the way to be." Wow, okay, that's pretty cool. Running is obviously their anti-drug. But then I love this other one down in the corner. "Don't do drugs or you'll be toast." Oh, well, that's a fun one. I guess that's a creative language, right? You'll be toast. And then you'll see that one says hooked on hobbies, not drugs. And then all around, they drew the different things that they love to do as anti-drugs, hanging out with their family, collecting rocks, riding horses, hanging out at home. Now let's move on to the Love and Respect Yourself Circle Maps contest. Now, I know a lot of you have gotten into thinking maps and you're really good at putting your ideas into a thinking map. And circle maps are pretty easy. So the directions for this is that you get to choose what kind of circle map you want to draw. You can draw one circle map with a bunch of healthy choices, or you can draw one circle map with a bunch of unhealthy choices, or you can do both. It is totally up to you what kind of a circle map you choose to draw. But again, make sure that you are using your best handwriting and neat coloring to create and color these circle maps. And of course, I am giving you the form, so it's really easy with a reminder at the top of what kind of circle maps you can draw and a place for your name, first and last, and your homeroom. Now there's also a contest for those of you who are writers, because a lot of these other contests have been for those people who are more artists. But I know that there are some of you that really love writing. And so for you, we have a poetry and essay contest. How I Love Me. Loving Yourself Poetry and Essay Contest. So you see the directions. Students are invited to write an anti drug essay or create poetry about healthy habits that show self love, or you might say self respect. The things that you can do to take care of yourself and love yourself. So, because we have lots of different grades here at school, I have created two different forms. One form is for pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade, and the other contest form is for second, third, and fourth grade. So let's look at those. For pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade, you guys are still learning how to write sentences and how to really not scribble scrabble and do your best artwork. So I have given you a few lines where you can write a few sentences about your favorite anti-drug. Remember, that's your favorite activity or hobby that helps keep you safe and healthy and away from drugs. And then I've left you a little space where you can draw an illustration. Remember, an illustration is a picture of what you've written. And I've given you some examples of some really awesome illustrations. You see that first one that says, "Art is my anti drug"? That's pretty cool. You could write a few sentences about your anti drug and then draw a picture. This other one says bowling. My anti drug is bowling. I like bowling too. That's a pretty good choice. Now, for second, third, and fourth grade, you guys are older. You are able to write more words and share more ideas. So, on this form, I have given you a few questions to help get your brain thinking about what you can write in your poetry, where you're rhyming, or your essay where you're writing a bunch of sentences. You can write about your anti drugs, or you might write about how drugs can really hurt the brain and the body, or you could write about the sad consequences of what happens to people when they get hooked and addicted to dangerous drugs. Or maybe you want to write some of your wisdom to share with people about how they can stay away from the temptation of just trying drugs. Because some people get really curious and they try drugs. And maybe you've got some things to share. Maybe you know some people who have really hurt their bodies and their lives, and you want to share your wisdom with others so they will be able to make smart, healthy choices for themselves. Now, guys, remember, all of these contest supplies and entry boxes are in the front lobby near the media center, and you have about 2 weeks to participate in these contests because these entries to these contests are not due until the last day of Red Ribbon Week, which is 2 weeks away. Now, if you have any questions, get your teacher to send me an email, or if you happen to see me in the hall, you can stop me and ask a question. But I hope that this video has really explained a lot of things to you. So I'm excited, guys. I hope that every single one of you at least picks one pre-Red Ribbon Week contest that you want to participate in. But I also know that some of you are probably going to participate in all of them. Now, remember, all of these contests, especially the individual ones, they have prizes. $25 in Hawk Bucks and other kinds of prizes for the winners. And of course, I always display the winning contest entries in the hallway because we want to celebrate those people and they get announced on the intercom as well. So I hope that this gets your brain thinking and gets you excited. And I hope that you will at least choose one, if not more, of our pre-Red Ribbon Week contest to participate in. All right, guys, you have a blessed day. Keep shining and make sure that you're making smart, healthy choices, staying away from dangerous choices like drugs, pausing, breathing, and using your strategies to always try to keep your brain on green. Have a blessed day, guys.